Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. Yes, this one is the finale, the end to all of the Mission Impossible films with Tom Cruise. In fact, this one is the second part to a two-parter. So the first part being Dead Reckoning, which came out just a couple of years ago. Now, I've already done one review and I kept it quite short because I didn't want to reveal too much about the film. In fact, something I don't like doing is revealing too much of a film just in case it takes anything away from you, the viewer, when you do go, or if you go see the film. Sometimes you say too much can ruin a film. So this one, spoiler alert, no holds barred. I am just going to say what I feel. And my main review, I did say this was a fun film. It's worth it. It's Mission Impossible. It's worth. You've got to see it at the cinema. It is too long. It is way too long. 2 hours and 50 minutes. I think they could have shaved half an hour from that film. My biggest gripe I found was the sequences. Some of the action sequences just seem to go on for too long. I mean, halfway through the film, he comes to the submarine part. So Tom Cruise gets to the submarine where he's got to go collect this item to defeat the AI. And at that point of the film, I needed the loot. I was getting desperate. Now, as a rule, if I'm in the cinema, if I'm watching a film, I hold it. I don't go out. I don't miss anything of a film. On this occasion, I thought, everything's taken forever. I've got time. So yeah, I did. I chipped out, came back, and the submarine sequence was still going, and it was like, I haven't missed any. Have I missed anything? I haven't missed anything. He was just collecting the item that he needed, and he was on his way out. And it just illustrates the point, really. These sequences just went on. They definitely could have shaved this one down. My other gripe with this film, and I don't want to be sort of too critical because it was a fun film, but I hear a lot of critics talking about show and don't tell. So the idea behind that is probably a bit obvious, but I'll explain it anyway. That you show the audience, you're giving your audience a bit of credit that they can work it out. Okay, so if you tell the audience, it comes across as, well, my audience are stupid, I need to tell them what's happening. And for me, in this film, there was a bit too much of that. They really emphasised the point of, the AI is going to infiltrate all the nuclear weapons. Okay, yeah, I've got that. Okay, the AI is going to infiltrate all the nuclear weapons. Yeah, okay, you said that, I've got that. That's one aspect of it. Going back to the sort of submarine section of the film, there's a moment where, a typical movie moment, Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, he's stuck in a submarine. His escape route has been blocked by a torpedo. It's shut the door. He can't get out. Typical stuff. Nothing actually really wrong with that, actually. My problem was, he looks across the room and he sees the hatch for the torpedo tubes. And he says, torpedo tubes, or something like that. He's got a full scuba suit on, and somehow he can say torpedo tube or something like that. And it's a little bit like, well, yeah, I can see that. So it didn't need to be said. So there is a little bit too much of that. And I'm going to have to give you another one of my gripes. And maybe I've missed something. Maybe I missed something somewhere. But towards the end of the film, you've got the nuclear bomb that they need to what's the word? I can't even think. Stop it from blowing up. I can't think of the word. So you've got the scientist, the professor, and his wife. He knows how to. He can figure it out. Smart fella. Tells the rest of the crew, the gang, that once he snips this wire, he can't stop the detonator from exploding, but he can stop the nuclear side to it from exploding. But it means whoever's near the bomb is going to obviously die. They have to sacrifice themselves. So you get the rest of the crew say, well, we're going to have to go into the cave to catch the AI entity. And the professor's like, I'll stay here. I will sacrifice my life. His wife is like, I'm staying with you. Lovely little moment, you could say. They're going to sacrifice themselves to save the rest of the crew. And then another character, I can't remember his name actually, he literally basically says, well, I've got nothing to do, so I'm going to stay with you. You're going to stay with the guy who's trying to deactivate a bomb instead of protecting your life and just going with the other lot. Okay, they've got stuff to do, you don't, but surely your life is also important. So that was a bit of a head scratcher for me. It just seemed a bit stupid, quite frankly. Maybe I missed something. Chuck it in the comments, please do. So there's quite a few moments like that I just felt were a little bit daft, a bit silly, a little bit too much explaining it to the audience, and again, it was just too long of a film for me. Look, that's a lot of criticism on this film. I accept that, and obviously I'm just voicing my opinions. Having said that, it's a fun film. It's Tom Cruise. It gets a little cheesy, but it's a bit of fun. There are jokes. It all lands. It is fun. And again, look, I said it in my main review. Is it worth the price of a cinema ticket? I always say not really. If you can get the discounted tickets, then definitely go see it. It's Mission Impossible. It's Tom Cruise. It's designed for the big screen. But just have a strong cup of coffee with you. You might want it to keep you awake, or a couple of beers. No, don't do that. I can't recommend that, obviously. But anyway, what did you think? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Leave a comment. Please do like, subscribe, and then I'll see you hopefully in the next one. Take care.